What's going on, everyone? There's some things we should cover in the Nasdaq 100. We are looking at the micro chart because I was trading micros today. If any of you guys were trading off the open today, either you made a lot of money very, very quickly or you got chopped up. At one point in time this morning, there was 1 minute candles that were printing 100-point reversals. Very, very tough. I've been telling everyone inside my trading community at Evolution Traders that, hey, if you need to sit out of the market off the open, definitely do that. But more so what I'm focusing on is trade micros, right? Today, I mean, I logged in $400, which is a good day in the personal account for trading micros, trading 1 and 2 contracts. What that's allowing me to do is open up the stop loss a little bit more. It's allowing me to capture a little bit bigger moves, especially earlier in the day, 20, 30, 40 points. And again, when you're playing 1 or 2 micros, hey, you pick up 20, 25 points, for example, you catch a nice trade, that's $50 a contract, that's $100. You're taking 2 or 3 trades, finding those opportunities. You can stack up $200, $300, $400 very, very quickly. Keep in mind, guys, the market itself over the past 3 days has pulled back about 2%, 2.5%, which is nothing. The market year to date is up over 25% in the Nasdaq 100. From the low to the high is what I'm talking about. So from that 10% down to that 15, 18% up, we are up over 25%. A few days of red that we've seen previously means nothing. You know, talk to me when we lose the 20-day moving average. Talk to me when we lose the 50-day moving average. Right now, the opportunity is still, kind of avoiding the breakouts through high of days, but it's more so looking for those break and retest coming off the floor. That's going to be generally your better risk area. Now, we're going to cover some levels for tomorrow. One thing that I liked on the close, we not only reclaimed the 5-day moving average, but we reclaimed the 10-day moving average on the daily time frame. That is bullish. We did have Nvda earnings after hours. Everyone who played options contracts probably going to get toasted. There was an expected 5.5% move on Nvda. Basically, there was a quick spike up, quick spike down, and now we're kind of just diddle-daddling in between that dollar range of where we closed. So we have to see where we open up tomorrow. I always recommend, this is how I do it. If you're going to play earnings, good luck. But if you're going to play earnings, try to play shares. Even though I'm an options trader, if I do find myself playing earnings, I play shares. That way, if I do like the spike or the drop in the after hours, I can just quickly get out. I don't have to wait till the next morning. But hey, to each his own. Right. So with that being said, we don't need to really cover if Nvidia, beat top, bottom. It's how did the market react? Right now, the market reacted kind of as a big nothing burger. Is it baked in? We'll have to see tomorrow what we do. Do we sell off? Do we continue to push highs? But as of right now, kind of really the same, doesn't really matter. Market's down. It was down about 200 points, close to it. But right now we are trying to recover just a little bit. We are down 146 after hours at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What I'm looking at going into tomorrow is 2 situations. Depending on what happens in the overnight session, do we reclaim the daily 10? That's over 29,276. If we do, look for a pullback into that zone between 250, 240s, all the way up to 300s. See if we break, pull back, consolidate, hold, and then if we put in that run up off the open, we can play a quick scalp through, 300s, 315s, and then you have room all the way to 400 basically. Anything over today's high, you have more room for expansion, and there's going to be a lot more volatility. So maybe there's going to be a little bit more room to catch a bigger trade there. Now, if we kind of come up and we briefly test the 10-day moving average throughout the Asian and London session, and let's say we do break that area, but we fall short of reclaiming, let's say 300s, and this market is pulling back below the 10-day moving average, the support that we need to keep on watch today is 29,100s. Okay, 29,100s. That's our daily 5. If we get below that daily 5, you could see selling pressure that pushes into today's low. Today is May the 20th. Anything below May the 20th, if you guys kind of go right now on your own and you look at your daily charts, look at the previous few days, you're going to see multiple touch points. There's a clear line in the sand. And the support below those touch points down there on those wicks on your daily time frame, your next valid support is the 20-day moving average. It is what it is. Like if we lose that, we are going to go down to that 20-day moving average. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right now, I kind of like what the bulls are doing. Today was a little bit of an update. We did close green. We're pulling back after hours. Is this setting up a little bit of a flag pattern, or is it setting up, what's going to seemingly be a triple top up here? Time will tell. The range that I want to stay out of is between 29,275 and 29,134. I don't really want to diddle too much in the middle here, unless there's a strong rejection up towards 29,300s where you see it clear blow off top with a big wick, and then we close below that area. Look for that break and retest of that resistance zone, and then you can kind of take a little bit of a scalp back into this range. But I really don't want to F around between 150 and 250. It's not too appetizing. You're going to see big moves up and down in this range until the market wants to decide what it wants to do. But let's say, for example, this move stalls out and come tomorrow's open, we are trading down towards this 10-day moving average. One thing that I would watch for immediately off the open, if there's a quick sweep below 29,100s, be careful with that trap, because what we've seen happen before is you get a big wick down off the open, everyone jumps in short, and the next thing you know, it's up 100, 200 points. So what I would do is, if we are trading down towards 29,130s, if you get an immediate flush off the open, let it go. Okay. If there's going to be continuation, it's going to come after the 10 a.m. Eastern hour. So you'll be able to catch continuation through that. And then you can play through 29,100s all the way down to 29,000. But see if you can get a reclaim of that area, meaning that if tomorrow we lose 29,100 and then towards the top of the hour off the New York Open, we reclaim it, meaning we close back above it, look for a break and retest of that zone, because now you can play that back up into the range. If we continue to grind higher throughout the night and we open up well over 29,300 and off the open, first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the market shoots up immediately, let that go. Okay. Because what's going to happen is you're going to chase into that candle and it's going to wick back. It's going to blow all your accounts. Okay. And if it does blow your accounts, Apex 90% off, use code DAnthony. But avoid that. Let it go and then let it pull back. Because what's going to need to happen is we're going to have to back test the price of 280, the price of 300. So 29,300 all the way down to 29,280. It's going to have to pull back in this area to show that it's going to be some support. And then I would rather set up that risk off of those supports to kind of play it back up into today's highs, closer to 29,396 and over 400. We've got room to stretch, but I don't want to chase that initial print. So for example, what happens a lot of times is traders will see us reclaim these levels overnight. They'll see that the market's been pushing up, and as soon as the bell rings, markets immediately shoot up, and then you just jump into that candle. Typically you jump into that candle and it's an aggressive wick down 20, 30, 40 points and then goes back up and comes back down. And that's how traders get all chopped up. And then you tend to hear, oh man, it's a choppy market. It's a choppy this and that. Like this morning, I heard that a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. Today was an absolute shit show of an open. It was up 100 points, down 100 points, up 50 points, down 50 points. Very, very hard to trade that. How you can eliminate that is just having a little bit of patience and allowing some of these candles to form at least the first 30 minutes, at least the first hour. See some structure, see the levels. Take a step back. What are we actually doing? Are we moving up? Are we moving down? Or is this market just going nowhere but sideways? At least if it is going sideways, you can see the range and then you can play things a little bit more accordingly and you can set up better stop losses. Inside that first 15, 20, 30 minutes of the market open, you don't really see that range. There's a lot going on. It's up, it's green, you're jumping in, it's short, it's red, you're jumping in. And it's like, it's just a clusterfuck. Either you make money or you don't. And at the end of the day, if you made money, it was a great market. And if you lose money, it was a horrible market, right? But that's not really trading, right? Take some time, do some homework tonight, actually look at the levels, look at where we sit on the macro supply and demand. Where can you find your better opportunities? Hope you guys took something from this video. Again, Apex 90% off. You can use my discount code DAnthony. Also, if you guys want to join Evolution Traders, see if it's a good fit for you. Come in for 30 days. If it is, fantastic. We'd love to have you. If it's not a good fit for you, you guys don't have to be there, but we're doing a lot more live trading. The group is very focused, very small group, 10 to 12 people trading in and out each and every single day, utilizing prop firms, utilizing their own personal accounts. But we're all kind of looking and managing the same way. We're more realistic style traders. We're not here trying to buy the Lamborghini off of one trade. We're just trying to make a living off this stuff by making a little bit of cash, all in all. Again, guys, it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to, trade big size. I mean, today I didn't pull in a whole lot of cash. It was about $400, but I only traded between 1 and 2 micros. And I felt safe, right? I felt safe. I don't like feeling like I'm out of control where one trade can put me up 1,000 or down 1,000. I don't like that feeling. I like piecing together my day, reading the price action the best that I can, and trying to manage my risk the best that I can. And for me, right now in this market, it's between 1 and 3 micros. Hey, it is what it is, right? Um, but I'll leave it at that. Guys, throw the thumbs up on this video, leave a comment, let me know how you guys did today. I will see everyone on the next video.